Hey everybody, this is Rainbow Reviews. Today I'm talking about Infinity Train Book 3A. So, I've watched Infinity Train for a while now, ever since it came out, and the first 5 episodes of Book 3, or Season 3 if you want to call it, they're on HBO Max now. And these are my first thoughts on it. So my first thoughts are, I really like the progression of the story. Like, it's at a great pace. We we took a couple episodes to just learn about the characters, their motivations, what their character arcs are going to be, and we already answered some major lingering questions that we had from the first 2 books, such as where the cat character came from, which is one of my favorite characters in this series. We also got a couple of new reveals that include Simon, the male teenager protagonist in this book. His original denizen was the cat, and 1-1 is actively trying to stop the Apex by shifting cars even with passengers in them. So those are the first couple new reveals and few key differences from the other books, and I love that. I also really like how subversive Infinity Train is getting. Like, every book builds on a new aspect of the train. So book 1 was the conductor, book 2 was the denizens, how they can't leave the train, and even how passengers are given arcs that get their number to 0. Book 3 looks like it's about deactivated numbers in some way, so I'm really excited to see where it's going to go from here. Now, my favorite episode out of these 5 is definitely the 5th one, and people who have already seen it, they probably know why. Yeah, the major character death in every book of Infinity Train happens in episode 5. It's a bit earlier than usual, but yeah, so it's a dark moment, and it's a sad one too, because you're getting to know these characters, but having them die so quickly, especially because it was so quickly in this episode too, it came out of nowhere, it hurts that much more, but it's that much cooler that they can get away with that. So this is actually my theory for the second half of the book. If you haven't watched these episodes yet, you're most likely going to be confused. So this is really for if you've seen it. And also, spoiler alert for this, obviously. But here's my theory. My theory is that Hazel is actually a human that was turned into a denizen. It would explain her transformation and her deactivated number. We know the purpose of denizens is to help passengers lower their numbers, which we can see Hazel doing to Grace, whether she wants to or not. Similarly to Lake was doing in the last book. So I think that 1-1 could have done this to try and show the Apex that the line between denizens and passengers can be blurred. He's trying to show them that denizens can have emotions, because as we know from this book, 1-1 is actively trying to stop the Apex, or at least the Apex suspect that to be true. And it's also a running theme through the book that the Apex sees the denizens not as people, but just as playthings. So this would be on theme for the whole book. But the creation of Hazel would kind of fix the Apex's twisted ideologies and therefore get their numbers to 0, which is still the ultimate goal of the train. So that was my theory. I'm honestly pretty confident in it. Not all of it, but this is my first actual theory that I've written out and made and put in one of these videos. But I think at least some elements in it might come to fruition. I think it's got some evidence. But yeah, let me know what you think of this theory down in the comments below. And if you don't have HBO Max or you haven't seen Infinity Train Book 3, I definitely suggest you get it. It's definitely worth the price of admission alone. So yeah, those were my thoughts. And let me know what you think in the comments, and like the video if you'd like to. Thanks for watching.